Hey guys, good Monday morning. We are going to be playing a couple of the NABC robot individual hands live today. I'm going to play two of them with you and track what I'd be tracking as I actually play because I am actually playing them. So that will be today's video. Hope to get that done in the next 20 minutes or something. We have winners from last night's Sunday night speedball. So a new partnership consisting of two patron members who have never played together. That would be Vladimir Stemkovsky and my mom, Carol Scholl, won last night. They were first overall out of 14 pairs. We also had patron member Ann Petro coming in second out of 14, played with her husband Jack, good going. Audrey Scholl was third overall, and Barbara Hudson was fifth overall. So lots of patrons lighting up the leaderboard last night in the 7-table Sunday night speedball game. That's 18 boards, and it's over in about an hour and 40 minutes. So again, shout out to that game and to Meta Smith for running that game. And I'd like to see more of you guys out there if you can do it on Sunday nights. It doesn't take up too much time, and it's just kind of a fun way to wrap up the weekend. So we will get in today's video, which will be me playing the first two boards of the third set of the NABC Robot Individual. We're going to fire that up in a second. And we're going to go to the BBO screen here. So let's share screen. All right, so I've got my Bridge Base Online homepage here. And we are actually in really good shape in this tournament so far. I probably don't have quite enough score to win the thing overall, but I think with a good set today, we could potentially be looking at a top 10 finish. So if we go to my history here, and okay, so the first set had 68.34%. That was obviously way better than I expected. Second set calmed down a little bit to 60.7%, but if we click on results here, and we go to overall, you see that we're in 32nd place out of 2,400 people. And we've got an overall score of 64.51. And there are plenty of people like right above us, you know, within a percent or two, such that we could really move up the leaderboard quite a bit if we put together, say, another 68% like I had on day one. And we're just really going to try and take our time on all these boards, play slowly. It's incredible to me, like, normally the way I play bridge is probably, honestly, like 20% distracted. And if it's live, like I probably have a beer and I'm probably joking around with people. And my bridge for that sort of circumstance is pretty decent. Okay, like I don't make a lot of dumb mistakes, but the fact of the matter is, like, I'm 20% distracted, we'll call it. Not that that's quantifiable, but you know, that's kind of how I would grade it out. When you're playing BBO and maybe you've got some music on and you actually aren't messing around with your phone and you're not distracted, the dogs aren't barking at you, you're not trying to do two things at once, it's sort of amazing the kind of stuff that you can pick up on if you're honestly really just concentrating on that one thing. And it's a theme I've talked about before where so much of bridge is, I mean, obviously you've got to have some knowledge and some card play instincts and have to put in plenty of hours of study, but like the part where you just don't give away tricks that you should never give away or make mistakes that you should never make, that's basically just in a concentration bucket, we'll call it. And that's honestly a big part of getting good bridge results. So anyway, we're in really nice standing here through 2 days, and I hope I can put together a good and lucky, kind of have to have the intersection of both those two things going on, set here in the in day 3. For those of you who don't know what this is an actual online national event. The winner of this would receive a national title, like to go with Grand Life Master status. So Grand Life Master means you've got 10,000 master points and a national title. And like, that's something I would like to do, but probably like not going to knock myself out to do it, and probably not going to have too many opportunities to get that national title. We'd have to like enter more national events and probably honestly run really good, because the people who play in these things are just incredible players. Like they're just a tier above where I am for sure. And honestly, like probably not going to get to that level of player in my lifetime. Like The sad truth is I've probably peaked as a bridge player. I think about it all the time, and I'm gaining experience and you know just repetitions. So in that sense, I'm growing, but like my brain's way past its peak. Anyway, I don't expect to win a national title. That's not to say that I couldn't do it, or that I think I'm incapable of it. I'm just being honest with myself that like it would have to be the stars would have to align for that to happen. Anyway, if we could somehow win one of these robot individuals, that would be the national title. And I'm closing in on the 10,000 points part. So it would be kind of a neat thing to have on one's tombstone that you were a bridge Grand Life Master. I don't believe we have any in Raleigh, actually. So yeah, that would be cool. Anyway, let's go get on with us playing this and me quitting talking. Oh, right. I should tell you about the event. It's 3 days. It's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You play 24 boards each day, and then your score is the total of 72 boards at the end. And actually, this is the way that like weekend sectional pairs games used to work. That it would be a 2-session event. You would add your score in the first session to your score in the second session. And I really miss those events. All right, so we go to ACBL World here. There should be a day 3 out of 3 thing. Yep. We're going to click on that and start our play. And the way these things work are you could start them at, I believe this is all set on Eastern Standard Time. I could be wrong. I haven't really bumped up against the back deadline yet, so I haven't worried about it. But whatever time zone it's set to, you can start playing the hands for that day at 12:01, and you've got until midnight to play them. And you can play them one at a time, all 24 at a time. I think it's pretty good to take breaks, especially if you get frustrated, or on the other side, if you get a little bit too high about a result. But anyway, you have a full 24-hour window, and you can attack it whenever you want throughout the day, which makes it kind of interesting, right? Because in real bridge, like you have 3 hours consecutive, you got to play each board within 7 minutes or whatever it is. So this is kind of an interesting hybrid event, really, and I honestly like it a lot. Okay? So we're going to play this, and they're going to deal us board 1, and what I'm going to do is bring up a notepad. So if I weren't making a video, I would literally have, like I have a stack of index cards here, and I would write down my hand for each one. And then like when the opening lead was made, I would write down the dummy and I would try and fill in cards actually as they all happened. So yeah, as long as you're playing online in a robot tournament, you might as well do something like that. No reason to have any shot of like a memory lapse that costs you a trick. So anyway, here we are on board 1. I do want to point out a couple of tabs I brought up. So I decided I was going to play a little bit exploitatively in this tournament, which is to say I'm not going to play quote unquote normal bridge. I'm going to try and research what the bots do and what the consequences of having the best hand at the table mean for like my bidding. So I've got 3 different tabs pulled up. I'll not refer to them unless they actually come up here, but these are the tabs I've got open while I'm playing. So there's one bridge winners article called Playing With and Against the Gibbs, which I found really interesting. And it actually gives you advice for, holding 10 high card points, holding 11 high card points, 12, 13 to 15. It advises you to always open a no trump. This is specifically for this robot individual where you know that you've got the best hand at the table. So that's one thing. I've got Gibbs system notes up. You can find these on the internet. Also, if you scroll over the bids, you can figure it out too. I was more interested in finding out their defensive agreements. So like one thing that I found that proved to be helpful was this little line, when leading from 3 small, it leads low against both suit and no trump contracts. This document goes through some stuff like the bots always lead passively, the bots split low, I believe. Anyway, stuff that I sort of already knew just because I'd researched it before, but it's good to have that reference up there. And then, no, that's just an email. And then tips for playing the BBO and ABC online, which is another bridge winners post. So I've got these 3 things pulled up as I'm playing, just if I want to reference them for a situation that I find myself in. So let's close the screen down just a little bit, give us some room for this notepad up here. Yep. The BBO robot individual too, it's not a barometer in the sense that you don't know how you're doing until the end of 24 boards when it gives you a provisional score. And then like the final score comes at the end of the day when all the results are in. So let me make sure I'm sharing this notepad screen. Here we go. All right, so here we are on hand one. We'll do 2 hands, then I'll cut the video off and hope this is a good introduction to playing this event and why I like this event and how we're doing and all that good stuff. So it's a spade to us. We have the best hand at the table. That's one thing that strikes me right away. We have 13 points, which means the points are pretty evenly split around the table. So that's kind of one thing to be cognizant of. And I'm just going to write out my original hit here on the notepad. I would be doing this on a note card with a pen or pencil if I weren't making a video. And we're just doing 2 hands today because this is kind of like important to me. And just the fact of like trying to narrate everything, it's helpful from one standpoint because it actually forces me to check myself and everything I say. But it's, you know, a slight distraction, a distraction that I'm willing to share with you guys for a couple of boards. But anyway, just the process of having to sort of like be on camera or whatever is a tiny bit distracting, but anyway, worth it. So I'm writing down my hand, and then we're going to go to like, what should we actually do with this? So I think we ought to make a takeout double since we're short in spades and we have support for the other suits. And we sort of know that neither side has a game here because it looks like the points are pretty evenly split. It's possible that East-West has a 4-spade game, I suppose. You know, I've got 13, maybe East and West both have 12 or 13 points. I guess it's possible, but it looks more likely that it's going to be necessary that I show the decent hand with short spades at this point. Another segue. I was reading in the document that Gibb doesn't know. This is sort of like second level, but Gibb doesn't defend on the assumption that you are known to have the best hand at the table, which was sort of an interesting distinction, I thought, right? So like my partner's not going to know later on in the auction if he balances that he has the safety that I actually have the best hand at the table. He doesn't behave like that, okay? So anyway, we're going to double here. Clear that out. And I've got confirmed bids on here so I don't slip, right? It goes redouble, so it sounds like West does have a good hand. Let's just talk about what redouble means in normal bridge. Not that Bob bridge is not normal bridge, but it just means I have a hand that's interested in defending. And that usually means 10 plus high card points and no big time fit for opener suit. If you had a good hand and a fit for spades, that's when you would use something like Jordan 2-note trump over the takeout double. So redouble definitely implies he's got a hand that he thinks is good for defending. Okay, my partner bids 2 diamonds. It goes 2 spades on my right. I have no reason to continue in this auction. I remember my partner's 2 diamonds doesn't promise anything. He's just saying this is the least, or this is the safest place to run out to. And if you're listening to the auction here with the opening on your right, the redouble on your left, you kind of know the writing's on the wall. Partner doesn't have much. So there is no reason like to raise diamonds here. And it actually does go 4 spades on my left. So we're immediately defending. That is not the key to the bank playing with the bots generally. But I have been lucky enough so far in this tournament that I've actually gotten a fair amount of plus 200s when we didn't have a game. So that's part of my success so far is having been lucky enough to get into situations where, you know, we actually collect 200 on defense when a part score was our maximum on offense. Anyway, I don't see any reason not to lead the ace of hearts. And we're going to tab these over just so that we can write down what the dummy is and have it sort of make sense spatially on this notepad. So I'm going to lead the ace of hearts. We're going to write down what the dummy is. We're going to take stock of what the plays at trick 1 are, and then we're going to move on with trick 2. But no reason not to lead the ace when God deals you ace king side suit. Alright, so dummy is 6 deuce, queen 9 5, king queen 10 8 6, king queen deuce. All right, so he's got his 12 points. From the auction, we know that Declarer had 6 spades, right? Because he free bid 2 spades. So we can definitely put him with 6 card spade length. I'm just going to make X's right now for cards that we don't know. My partner plays the 2. I don't think the bots play any sort of system here, really. But Declare follows with the 7. We will go ahead and put in the spot cards here because sometimes they matter. So what's on the notepad right now is what we know about the hand. And let's see, 12 points in the dummy, 13 in my hand. Declare probably has like a minimum of 10 or 11, which leaves my partner room for like about a max of 5. And what are the important cards that we're missing? We're missing the Ace Jack of clubs, the big heart, and the top 3 spades. So partner probably has like one of those. We're not missing the Ace of hearts. I led the Ace of hearts. We're missing the Ace of clubs and whatever the top spades are. So partner probably has like one of those cards. The threat in the dummy is the diamond suit. So the threat is like Declare would draw trumps, lead a diamond. I would have to fly ace, and if he still has an entry to the dummy, he could throw losers on that. So that's what source of tricks the dummy is potentially providing. There's no chance that the King of Hearts isn't cashing, because if the King of Hearts weren't cashing, that would mean partner had 6 hearts. There's no way that's the truth when partner bid 2 diamonds. Oh, so that's interesting. Partner bid 2 diamonds. It's really impossible that he didn't do that on 4 diamonds. Like looking at 9 of them between my hand and the dummy, partner's almost got to have the missing 4 diamonds for that 2 diamond call. Going back to the auction here. And 2 diamonds, length, 4 plus diamonds. Yeah. So it actually looks like Declare's got a diamond void. Does that change anything for us? Partner probably doesn't have 4 hearts at this point, right? Because if he had 4 diamonds and 4 hearts, I don't see why he would go out of his way to bid diamonds. So I'm going to guess that partner has 3 hearts and Declare has 4. And we're going to put Declare with a diamond void. And he's still got to have, so he's looks like he's got maybe like 6-4-0-3 shape. I doubt that he's missing the Ace of clubs. If he was missing the Ace of clubs, seems like he just would have opened a weak 2 in spades with this. So let's give him Ace third of clubs. Then what would this mean for the spade suit? Probably mean that it's headed by the ace, because he doesn't really have an opening bid without it. Like if he had king, queen, jack, 6 of spades, and the Ace of clubs, maybe some people would open a spade with that, but we're going to put ace question 6th, 4 small hearts, void and diamonds, Ace third of clubs. This right here, like this detective work at trick 1, this is the stuff that you need to work on. Okay, just look how much we can figure out just by thinking about how the auction went. So the next step in that would be, okay, how is the play likely to go if this is the case? The play is likely to go, let's counter trick. She's got however many in spades. She's got 3 clubs. And she's got 2 hearts, right? Because the 13th heart's going to set up and the queen of hearts is going to set up. I don't think we can do anything about that since we know that the trumps are splitting 3-2. She does have the entry to the dummy, unfortunately, with both the king of clubs or the queen of hearts. So there's nothing we can do to keep her off the dummy from taking like a spade finesse if she's got something like ace queen, right? My partner's got the king. What if I played king and a heart right now? Would that do me any good? She'd be in the dummy with the queen of hearts. I don't think anything I do matters, actually. We can't ever like get our partner to uppercut and promote our jack of spades. So maybe we just keep on playing hearts here. I don't see any reason to do anything not. But the important part like was trying to sketch out what you think the hand is and what the plan for Declare is going to be. Okay, on defense, we're just trying to figure out Declare's plan and then do something to thwart it. So we'll just continue king and a heart here. Declare plays the jack of hearts, but that's not necessarily an honest card, right? Because if he's looking at the 13th heart, it doesn't matter what he plays. Okay, so interesting. He played the king of diamonds for a roughing finesse and shucked a club. That seems very strange. But regardless, it can't hurt us to play a club at this point. Like if the player's got the ace, it doesn't matter what we do. And if partner's got the ace, I guess we need to potentially cash it. If my shape is, I just don't believe the declare doesn't have the ace of clubs. Like this seems like a super strange play to me, but we'll see what happens. Partner had the ace of clubs. Wow. So declares opened up the ace, king, queen of spades, the jack of hearts, I guess. And we actually get a promotion from the rough slough here, right? That was kind of a cool play my bot just did. And I think beating this too is going to be a pretty decent score for us. But like I say, we won't know until we get a provisional score at the end of 24 boards. So this hand's basically over. We're just following suit at this point. And again, I've got my confirm cards, confirm bids turned on because I don't want to misclick here and have it cost me the event. That would be terrible. So it looks like declare's hand was ace, king, queen, sixth of spades, avoiding diamonds, three small clubs, and jack fourth of hearts or something. Pretty thin opening. Jack third of hearts, and he had a fourth club. Okay. And I think it's strange that my partner went out of his way to bid two diamonds there when he had equal preference for diamonds and hearts, but you know, bot's prerogative, right? All right. So right off the bat, we have a 6-3-2-2 hand with 14 high card points and a really good 6-card suit. Like no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to open this one no trump. Right? This is no trump shape. And even though we only have 14 high card points, we're compensated by the fact that we've got such a good 6-card suit here. So in my mind, like this is actually closer to 18 to 19 than it is to like opening a club and rebidding a no trump. Go ahead and clear this dock out and get ready for hand two. We'll go ahead and write our hand. It is jack 5, ace 6, 9, 5, 4, ace, king, queen, 10, 9, 4. All right, partner bids Stamen. We say negatory. He bids 3 now, and we've had a pretty easy auction. And the deuce of spades is led. The bots lead pretty passively, so no reason to think that that leads from the king. We're going to write the dummy down here. And we're doing it kind of like newspaper column style here, so that sort of spatially we think about it in the right places. All right, that's dummy. We've received the opening lead of the 2 of spades. If I were writing on my note cards here, I would actually like circle the 2 of spades to make sure I remembered that it was the opening lead. But it's also like good to remind yourself that's important information that I should be retaining even when I don't have these physical memory devices in front of me. So he led the 2 of spades, and this is our hand. And it's time to count tricks. So on the opening lead, we have at least 2 spade tricks, right? And if he's actually led away from the king, we have 3 spade tricks because we can ride the opening lead to our hand and then finesse him out of the king of spades later on. So we've got 2 spade tricks for sure. We've got the ace of hearts for sure is 3, the ace of diamonds is 4, and 6 club tricks is 10. Okay, so where can I get extra tricks here? I could get extra tricks from leading up towards the queen of hearts, but that would risk like opening up the entire suit, right? I guess I could play low from my hand first, and then I wouldn't open up the entire suit. So what if we had 3 spades, 6 clubs, and 2 aces here for 11? That would mean that to get to the magic number, we would need to lose 1 trick first. In any case, the right play at trick 1 here is to play low from the dummy, but I do encourage you to do the trick counting thing before you make even like an obvious play from the dummy. Okay, so there's the 10. That doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't have the king, right? He would play the 10 from king 10. All right, 2, 3, 10, jack. And it just seems a little bit fishy because bots don't lead away from kings in general. This also pinpoints the 9 for us, and it pinpoints the fact that opening leader either has 3 or 4 because he led the deuce. He can never have 5 or 1, right? I guess he could have 1, but he's probably got 3 or 4, and it probably includes the 9, because if third hand had the 9, he would have played the 9 rather than the 10. So third hand's got at least 3 spades, and we don't know where the 13th spade is. Anyway, on to our plan here. We could hook the 10 of diamonds and hope that West has honor 10 of diamonds. I think just playing a heart to the queen is a little bit better than that, though, isn't it? If I lead a diamond to the 8 and it loses to the 10, I'm not going to have time to try just my 50-50 shot on the heart queen. If I played a spade right now and it lost. So another interesting thing is there's restricted choice surrounding the opening lead too, right? Like, let's say I took a spade hook here and it worked. That would mean that the opening leader had the king of spades, but it would also make him less likely to have the king of hearts, because then he would have had 2 different suits that were broken with some length that included the king, and he would have selected a particular one. So topic for another day perhaps, but restricted choice can apply to opening leads as well. Bridge is really super cool. If I played West for honor 10 of diamonds, that's like 37.5% that he holds something like that, because he'd have to hold the 10, that's 50%. He would have to hold one of the high honors, the king or the queen. That's basically 75%. 50% times 75% is 37.5. So our options here are lead a spade to the queen, or a heart to the queen, or a diamond to the 8. Is there one that doesn't risk things? Play a spade to the queen. He's not going to be able to return a heart profitably. I think that's what I like. We're going to go ahead and see if the spade to the queen thing works. That's not real clear thinking, Lance. What about running our long suit, just seeing what goes? I'd have to make some pitches off the dummy that I wouldn't be comfortable with, though. I'm going to reject the diamond to the 8 thing, because if that loses the 10, I'm just not going to have time for playing the hearts the way I want to play them. If I lead a spade to the queen and that loses, and he plays a spade back, I won't necessarily have time either. So let's play a heart to the queen right now. And we're going to play a low one first, in case the king of hearts is on our right. We don't want to play ace and then a heart to the queen and the whole suit's open. So we're just going to lead a heart to the queen right now. Oh, okay, so this is super good news. Now we're up to 2 heart tricks to go with our 2 spades, 4, 6 clubs is 10, ace of diamonds is 11. And if the spade hook is working, that's actually 12 right there. Okay, so I think we might as well run off our tricks here. And we're going to keep the 9 of diamonds in our hand as a threat against the king, the queen, and the 10. And what we're going to do is just run off all our tricks, and at the end probably take the spade finesse, knowing the East will have to hold on to king and a spade if he's actually got the king of spades, or the spade hook was working just the entire time. So let's do this. Let's play a club to the jack. See if we can learn anything about these distributions. We already expect the spades are 4-3. Okay, we're going to cash the queen of hearts and throw a diamond. Oh, so that's interesting. We find out that the hearts were 6-2. 4, 5, 6. And the bot didn't lead away from king 6 of hearts note. And righty pitched the 7 of diamonds. Starting to look like that 2 of spades actually might have been a singleton. All right, we're going to cash the ace of diamonds next. This is the Vienna Q thing. Everyone follows to that, but not with anything interesting. So put 2 X's up there. And now we're going to come to our hand with a club. Everybody follow to that. Okay, so the clubs were 2 on our left and 3 on our right. He pitched the 8 of hearts. That's a card we already knew he had. So he's got 7x of diamonds, and he had 3 clubs. And we're just going to run the clubs and watch for the king, queen, 10 of diamonds, and then decide what to do in spades at the end. I imagine that, right, he's just got the king of spades protected. Okay, there's an interesting card. The 9 of spades, which means that lefty actually did have at least 3 spades, right? He can't have exactly 2 because he would have led the 9 from 9-2 doubleton. Yeah, so he had spade length actually to go with his 6 hearts, his 2 clubs, and his at least 1 diamond. So interesting card. Doesn't change the fact that we're just going to pitch the diamond off the dummy. And there's another interesting card, another spade from East. Okay, so if he were holding on to king third, it would be a strange situation for him to pitch a spade there. All right, so they're down to holding only 3 spades. Still just watching for king, queen, 10 of diamonds, though. There's the 10 of diamonds. 7 of spades. There's 2 spades missing, and if we lead one here, we can't go wrong. Either the king's going to pop up on our left, or he led from 3 spades the whole time, and East last 2 cards, the king X of spades, which I sort of expect is what's going on here. I think he just led the deuce from 9-7 deuce. Yep. And you'll see here that West had the diamond covered. But if we got into a situation where somebody had the king of spades and all the big diamonds, we potentially would have been able to get a squeeze there. So anyway, I'm going to cut the video off here. Hope you got some good thoughts and some experience with what the robot individual looks like. I think we've got 2 pretty decent results on the first 2 boards, so that's good. Wish me virtual good luck in the other 22 boards. I will report back when I've played them, what the provisional score is. Hoping for a good day today and maybe do something like finish top 10. Anyway, guys, have a good start to your week. Play the RBC on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, and I'll see you again with another video drop on Wednesday. Later, guys.